This is my new fully optimized and updated 6'6" build. It's the best all-around build in the game. It gets all legend shooting badges, allowing me to shoot from literally anywhere on the court. It plays elite defense, unlocks every single dribble move, has pass accuracy, and it has rebound as well. With Mike Wang and the 2K team dropping patches recently, this game is a whole lot different, and this build is perfect for the new meta. We're almost at 900K subscribers, so to get closer, let's play the sub game. You must subscribe if your favorite fruit is a strawberry. You must subscribe if you're wearing shorts right now. You must subscribe if you were outside for over an hour today, and you must subscribe if you want to see more content like this. If you want to see me play with this build live, come through to the Twitch streams, twitch.tv/solo_. I'll put a link in the description. If you want $100, listen up. Underdog is teaming up with me to give you guys $100. All new users have to do is play a $5 pick'em and you'll get 100 win or lose. Take advantage of this. This is a no-brainer, and you'll also get a 1 yard Michael Penix special. All you have to do is to get 1 yard for you to win. On top of this, they'll double your first deposit up to $1,000, and this is all by using code SOLO. All Underdog Fantasy is higher or lower on player stats. And you guys can see up here, they're running a ton of different specials for Boost-tober. You guys can see gimme picks, profit boost, all these different options. They're basically giving away free money, and now's the best time to play because the NBA season is here, the NFL season is here. You guys can see I mix and matched 8 different picks, and with the 50% profit boost, my $20 turned to almost $4,000 if all these picks were correct. I'll put a link in the description. Again, make sure you're signing up with promo code SOLO because you're gonna get so much specials and that $100. All you have to do is play the $5 pick'em. Take advantage of this, have some fun, be sure to play responsibly. What's up, guys? It's Solo back with another video, and I'm very excited to post this one. I had one guard build in season 1. My day 1 guard build, my 6'6", made it through the whole season, which is like close to 50 days. I had like a 94 win percentage. I broke the biggest streak in the game. We went crazy with that build. But now that I have 15 cap breakers, I know I'm a grinder. I gotta get off the game. But I have 15 cap breakers. I've played the game a lot. Now I could really go ahead and tweak this build, and the patches too. Of course, you can't forget the patches. Fading got nerfed. Rhythm shooting got nerfed. There's a little bit more blitz steals now. All of these things factored in allowed me to create an optimized, better 6'6" build. So today I gotta show you this because I think it's the best build in the game. You guys are gonna copy this build. Handedness doesn't matter. Put whatever jersey number you want. The position really doesn't matter. It just kind of lines you up differently on the pro-am court, the rec court, or if you're gonna play my career. So that's up to you. My last 6'6" actually didn't have a lot of pass accuracy, which a lot of people complained about. This one is gonna have some. So I would recommend going point guard, but if you wanna go shooting guard too, it's up to you. I'm going point guard, and I like the 6'6s. You know, we can get legend lightning launch. Any higher height cannot get legend lightning launch. And you guys can see from the stats on the right, as the height goes up, not only do the speeds go down and the speed of ball, but the shooting gets worse as well. If I go to shooting guard, you guys can see, you know, the 6'8". A lot of people go with 6'8". I don't know. I think they're a little bit too slow. I'd rather shoot better and I'd rather move faster with the ball. I'm going 6'6", and then for the weight, you can go 195, I believe, all the way to 185. I think you'd get the same attributes, but I recommend going 195. And then for the wingspan, in order to get gold limitless range, you need a 93 3-pointer. So we're gonna go down on the wingspan to 6'6". You guys can see we have the potential of getting 99 mid-range shot, 94 3-point. This is going to be the physicals for the build. Next up, we have the attribute screen, and this year there's a lot of things going on this screen. You got to factor in everything. You got to factor in your build specialization. You got to factor in your cap breakers, your badge perks, everything. And if you don't, you're gonna mess up your build. So I spent hours thinking about this build. Let's start it off with the midi. So coming into this new build, my last 6'6", if you guys remember it, if you've seen it before, it has an 85 mid-range shot, 93 3, 85 midi. But with this new patch, fading threes is not really the meta anymore. However, fading middies is still very good. So coming into this, I was like, I'm gonna go 99 mid-range, which is pretty much overkill, especially when you factor in the badge perks. You know, you could just +1 some of those Hall of Fame badges up. So I'm gonna be going with a 96 mid-range. However, I'm gonna be cap breaking it. You're just dumb if you don't cap break it. You got to spend your cap breakers on those high attributes. So we're gonna go 91 mid-range plus 5 cap breakers on mid-range, which will put us up to a 96 mid-range, which gives us pretty much a bunch of Hall of Fame badges, which you can easily badge perk up to legend. Same thing for the shooting. I still want to shoot good, and on my old 6'6", I had a 93 3-pointer. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna go 88 in the builder plus 5 on the 3, which would give us gold limitless range. You could easily +2 that up to legend. So we're gonna have all legend shooting badges, 96 midi, 93 3-pointer. This thing is gonna be crazy on offense, but not only offense, we're gonna have some defense as well. Real quick, let's do the playmaking. Now, I tried everything, right? If you guys are deep in with the builder, you probably know if you go 66, I believe, ball handle, I could be wrong. I think it's like 66 and maybe 46 speed of ball, something like that. You could get really glitchy where you put like 4 or 5 cap breakers on ball handle and a few on speed of ball. My speed of ball might be at the wrong number, but you get really glitchy with the cap breakers on 6'8". On a 6'6", I don't think it works. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get, you know, plus 20 to our ball handle with cap breakers. We're going to be putting this to an 85 in the builder, which gives us every single dribble move for those tall guards, 6'6" to 6'9", well 6'5" as well. You guys can see the badges on the bottom. We're going to +1 handles for days to get gold, and then speed of ball, you guys want to put this all the way up to 86, giving us gold lightning launch. And it's important that you guys +2, if you're going to make this build, +2 lightning launch to legend. Also, I didn't really mention it before, but we are going with the shooting build specialization. So that's another reason why it's going to be very easy to get all of these badges: set shot, shifty, limitless, dead eye if you want. But those first 3 mainly on legend, especially with the build specialization going shooting, with so many badge perks for that. Now, my last build did not have that much pass accuracy. I actually want to say it had 71, which is not terrible. It gets silver dimer, but passes are actually slower now. I don't think they ever dropped it in the patch notes, but they feel slower, especially if you make a build with, you know, 65 or minimum pass act, you notice it. I think they did this in an attempt to make it more noticeable for like the 99 pass act builds or the really high ones to be really fast. So on this build, I am going to be getting a 76 pass accuracy. You guys can see we have all silver passing badges. Unfortunately, I don't get bailout. That's at an 85, but this is more than enough, especially for what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to play twos a lot with this build and midi fade. I'm gonna be playing with an inside as well a lot, so there's not a lot of passing to be had, but I play with whoever really. If I'm gonna play with a popper, this pass act is gonna be very helpful. Next, let's talk about the defense on this build. On my old 6'6", I did have a 92 perimeter defense. However, on this one, we're gonna go 85. I think this is still pretty good. You know, you get a bunch of silver defensive badges. You could +1 them up to gold if you would like. And then for the steal, same thing. I'm gonna go 85. As you guys can see right here, we have gold interceptor and silver glove. I think this is solid. Like, it's not terrible. I've been seeing some people go like really low on the perimeter. Like, I think 73 or what is it? 74 is the number some people go to. I don't like that. Or you see the people that go high perimeter, but they go low steal. They'll go like 60 steal, or I don't know, 67 steal. Or I see some people go 73 steal. I don't like that. I like to have both pretty high. So we're gonna go 85 for both, nothing too crazy. And then for the interior and for the block, unfortunately, we cannot get a 74 block. I would have liked to get that so that I could get paint patroller, but we will get high flying denier, because once we get to a 68 block, once we put our vertical up to a 60, which we're actually going to move that up higher later, but just doing that gives us that bronze high flying denier, maxed out block. In our interior is going to be going up to a 60. I think interior matters a lot. I see some people make guard builds with, you know, no interior or no block. I want to be an all-around build. I don't know about you guys. I want to be able to switch on to everything, play defense in the paint, play defense on the perimeter. I want to be able to do it all. Next, we have rebounding, and this was actually a key point for me when I was making this build. I wanted to get some rebounding because rebounding is important. Again, especially I want to switch. I want to be able to switch, box out, get boards on centers, all of that. That goes crazy. Like, if you're a guard that is rebounding, that changes the game. And there was also a test done, I believe, by NBA 2K Labs. Shout out to NBA 2K Labs. NBA2KLab.com, use code SOLAR for 20% off. But I believe it was them that ran a test. They found that 71 is the number. It's like a threshold for getting like better rebounding animations. You could believe it or you don't have to. On my last build, I had a 65 and it was noticeable. Like, I would be there, I would jump for it. My player just would not grab the ball sometimes. So it was just bad. With this 71, I have played on this build a lot recently and I've been snagging. So I can vouch 71 does in fact hit. And I also want O board though. I don't want just D board. So I'm gonna bring this up to a 60. Offensive rebound is cheap anyways. That gives us silver box out beast and bronze rebound chaser on our guard build. Next up, we have our physicals. The speed matches the speed of ball this year. So our speed of ball is already 86. Our speed is gonna be 86 as well. Agility. This is something that some people go low agility. I think you're messing up your build if you go low agility. You just are. You're not going to be fast on defense at all. And that is very, very important. First off, you got to go at least 83. If you're going to be a 6'6" or a build like this, you got to get at least Jalen Suggs motion style. And also some of these badges, like, you need to have them on at least silver. 84 is for Caruso motion style, but I'm gonna go even higher. You know, I would like to go higher if I could, but I'm gonna go 86 speed, 86 agility. I've been watching some of the people that know life and play wagers all day on the twos and stuff, and they are going pretty high with the speed and agility, like at least 86, maybe 88, somewhere around there. And then something else they're doing, again, like I said, I want to be able to do everything, switch everything, rebound, you know, be able to play defense in the paint. Something else they're doing is they're going high vertical. Some of these two sweats, they're going like 80 vertical just so that they can switch and get a ton of boards. I can't get everything on this build. For the vertical, I'm gonna go with 65 because you guys can see that will give us posterizer, which I'm about to explain in a second. You guys can see at the top of the screen, we're a 98 out of 99, pretty much fully maxed out. And we've been that way actually for a minute now. Like, I think since I was upgrading some of the physicals and maybe the rebound, we've been almost maxed out. I'm just kind of finessing stuff at this point. And if you guys remember from before, I have 15 cap breakers. So 5 to midi, 5 to 3-pointer. Where are the other 5 going? Now, I was torn. I want to get some finishing on this build. I wasn't like coming in and I was like, I need contact dunks because I'm fading middies, right? If I'm coming around the screen, I'm looking for the midi. I'm not looking to drive. I'm not really ISOing again. I'm gonna play with some insides a lot. There's really no point of having a crazy high midi and then also a crazy high dunk. But my mindset with these cap breakers, and you guys can take this knowledge, apply it to your builds when you make your next builds, is that you want to put them on the highest attributes possible. So if you have a stat like mid-range, for me, 91 going to 96, those are expensive to get in the builder. Like if I started upgrading this, look, it only goes up 1, right? But I can put 5 cap breaks on it and get it to 96. Those expensive stats, you want a cap break. Some of these stats that are like in the mid 80s, like steel, this is so cheap. There's no point of me going 80 steel and then cap breaking that 5 to 85. That would just be dumb. That's so cheap. I could just get that in the builder, but I found a way. I was finessing this. I was testing out, you know, what exact number I need. If you go to 45 driving dunk, now, if you have different attributes, you guys can tweak it, check the cap breaker screen, see what happens for you. But if you have these exact attributes, the midi, you know, the shooting, playmaking, defense, rebound, physicals, if you go 45 driving dunk, you can get plus, what would that be? 35, plus 35 with 5 cap breakers, which gives me an 80 driving dunk for quick drops, Klay Thompson, Devin Booker, a bunch of dunk packages, and posterizer as well. So it looks crazy right now in the builder. We're gonna have an 80 driver dunk on this build. It's crazy. Like, I don't need to get contacts or anything. Again, I'm gonna be midi fading a lot. To finish off the finishing though, we are gonna be putting our standing dunk up to a 40 to give us those base standing dunk packages. And this is the final build. This is the best all-around build in the game. If you skipped to this part in the video, first off, make sure to subscribe. It took me a while to make this build, but you got to hear me out, because if you're not listening to the cap breakers, you're probably gonna think this build is ass. 5 cap breakers on driving dunk gives us plus 35, and it gives us an 80 driving dunk, which is just absurd. So we're gonna have an 80 driving dunk plus 5 to midi, giving us a 96 mid-range, plus 5 cap breakers at 3-point, giving us a 93 3-point shot. We're gonna have all legend shooting badges with solid finishing with the 80 driving dunk, every dribble move in the game with legend lightning launch as well. Again, if you go 6'7", 6'8", some of these taller builds, you cannot get legend lightning launch. Legend lightning launch is a big deal. They've tested it. It is a huge difference from Hall of Fame. We also have pass accuracy, very solid defense as well, and we have rebounding on this build and high agility, which I like a lot. Now you guys can see all the base badges down here on the bottom, but again, there's gonna be a lot of things that I cap break. There's gonna be a lot of things that I boost +1, +2 with the badge perks. I'll show you all of that in a second, but here are the badges that you got to default. Same thing with the takeovers. I have custom takeovers. You guys can look at all these takeovers though. There are a decent amount of options. I'll show you guys the custom takeover that I run, but I do recommend probably using one of the sharpshooting takeovers. And of course, once you cap break that 3-point up, you're gonna have the deep bomber one as well. But let's go ahead and confirm this build, see the shades, and see what it is called. We got shades of Hersey Hawkins, Dave Bing, and SGA, last year's finals MVP, last year's regular season MVP. And the build is called a ball hawking ISO sniper. I actually like this build a lot. My last one was called a 2-way ISO sniper. I can actually change my build name to a few different things, which I'll show you in a second. And as you guys can see, there's a ton of strength on this build. Money mid-range score. It's only gonna get better once I cap break it up to 96. Ice and veins from deep, same thing. I'm going to cap break that up to 93. Faster than most opponents. A lot of people be slacking on their speed and agility, but we have that explosive with the ball in hand. And there is only one weakness, not a dunking threat, which is not even true, because I'm gonna cap break my dunk up to an 80. This build essentially has no weaknesses. This is the official cap breaker screen for the build. You guys can see we get plus 35 to our driving dunk, plus 5 to our midi, plus 5 to our 3-pointer. You guys can see all the badges that are going up. We get the deep bomber takeover ability, a ton of different animations. And then when we go ahead and confirm this, you will see that we actually have options for our name, ball hawking as a sniper, green light, and two-way 3-level shot creator. And then the final build with 15 cap breakers is looking pretty crazy. You see the dunk, that just looks insane. I mean, we go from a 45 all the way to an 80 with 5 cap breakers. Just look at this build. I think this is about to be the new meta build. A lot of you guys actually don't know how to do this, but if you press start, go to my player, and then go to appearance, I'm about to put y'all on. Go over to vitals. You can change your build names. You guys can see I have ball hawking ISO sniper. I have green light because of the shooting specialization. You get that through there. And then I also have two-way 3-level shot creator. So there are some options for this build as far as the name goes. This is also where you could change the body type. So we get toned, buff, stocky, and those are the 3 we get. I wanted to show you guys the takeovers. As you guys can see, we get a lot of different takeovers, but I use a custom takeover. You know, when I get that, you got to unlock every single takeover, get 44, I believe it is, takeover tokens. This is key to this build because we get an 86 speed of ball plus 2 lightning launch. I'll show you in a second. That's legend lightning launch, right? But this is the key. Plus 15 to speed with ball is crazy. 99 speed with ball when I have takeover, plus the deep bomber. Oh my God. You can run hydration hero if you want. I might lab that a little bit, but deep bomber is crazy. It's like layups from the parking lot. Of course, for the build specialization, I went with the shooting path and I already finished this. Badges are very important because you can go very wrong with this. You guys can see all my badges here, and this is the current badge perk layout that I'm running. Of course, we went the shooting specialization, so we're gonna +1 set shot and +2 limitless, getting those on legend. Like I said, I like to do lightning launch +2. That's very, very important. Make sure you do that. We have shifty +1 over here, box out beast +1, high flying denier, handles for days in the top left with pogo stick, and then I have deadeye and paint prodigy on the takeover surge, and I elevated limitless and deadeye. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gatekeeping, okay? So subscribe right now because I usually don't put this in build videos, and I feel like a lot of people don't. They make you go watch a jump shot video or something like that, but I got y'all with all the animations. So for the 1 foot dunks, we have on that one. Quick drops, that's a good one. Athletic one-handers off 1. Standing dunks, we have on just the regular one. Devin Booker is a dunk package that I have on. You guys could run Klay Thompson if you want, but I don't have it on right now. Alley-oops we have on pro. 2 foot, I have on the athletic one, and that is gonna be it for the dunks. Like I said, y'all gotta subscribe. Even if you're not using my build, this jump shot is cash. This is the jump shot that I'm shooting like 80% from 3 with. Matt Ryan base, Sadiq Bey release 1, Baluba release 2, full release speed is 100%, 60% Baluba. You see the grades in the bottom right corner. We got a maxed out A+ release speed. This jumper is insane. And here are the rest of the animations, man. Jimmy Butler is a crazy escape. You could also try Paul George if you want, but some of the most important moves: Lonzo cross, step back, make sure you have on Devin Booker, dribble style Zach LaVine. I use Pro 2 dribble pull up. Here are all the SIGs. Motion style, Jalen Suggs. I'm putting y'all on right now. This build literally turned me into a superhero. I know y'all see it. If you guys haven't already, and if you enjoyed this video, you'll probably enjoy the one popping up your screen right now. So go ahead, click it.